Tense moments on the Greenbelt tonight as rescue crews are called out to help someone after a fall not far from the spot where a Starflight nurse was killed just 48 hours ago. Thanks for joining us tonight here at 10 on KXAN. I'm Robert Hadlow.
And I'm Shannon Wolfson. No air rescue needed tonight, but the situation showed just how easy it is to get in trouble on the Greenbelt, and it made for a tense ending to a very long and emotional day. Tonight, our Angie Bevan joins us live from the Barton Creek Greenbelt. Angie?
Well, the Starflight fleets are still grounded in the wake of the accident on Monday, and tonight here the operation was on foot, so it had to be no matter what. But we have learned that the rescue here tonight was not as severe as what happened Monday night. A 20-year-old woman was rock climbing out here when she fell between 12 and 20 feet. Luckily, rescue crews were able to walk her out. This happened in the same area of the Greenbelt where nurse Kristin McLain died while making a rescue Monday night after a fall. Today, officials updated us on the investigation into that accident. Much of the conversation turned to the type of person, nurse, and first responder McLain was. Starflight Director Casey Ping says the entire team is reflecting on what a big difference she made.
And Kristin's approach to the whole job was community-based. Patients meant everything to her, and she would do anything. I mean, it was her passion, and so we have a great loss.
The Starflight director went on to say that they've already started counseling for the first responders that not only were in the air, but also the ones that had to respond on the ground on Monday night. Reporting live in South Austin, Angie Bevan, KXAN News.
And the rescue on Monday night in the Greenbelt was really nothing out of the ordinary. Numbers gathered by KXAN tell the story. In the last 3 years, there have been 61 emergency calls in the Greenbelt. 23 of those required Starflight. Today, emergency officials dismissed the idea that Starflight is used too much.
And there were cliffs that were dangerous. So based on that information, our incident commanders and the crews who were on scene decided that the best way to extract the patient from that area would be to use Starflight and to use their hoist mechanism to do that.
From the accident to the investigation, the NTSB is in Austin tonight looking at every angle, but it could be a while before we have a full picture of just what happened. KXAN investigator Kevin Schwaller shows us what the NTSB is examining and when we could know more.
Well, most times, hate to say, we're standing over a wreckage of an aircraft or an airplane.
This wasn't that kind of crash. Still, federal investigators approach the death of Kristin McLain as they do other cases. They will look at training for crew members and things like McLain's work schedule in the days before she died. Also, weather conditions, terrain, and equipment.
We'll look at the type of vests, harnesses, a hoist system, as well as the aircraft.
We should know more about what happened on and above the Greenbelt next week. The NTSB typically puts out a preliminary report after 5 to 10 days, but it could be much longer before we learn everything investigators uncover. The NTSB then publishes a factual report up to a year later. And then 2 to 3 months after that, we should see a final report they call the probable cause.
At the end of this, the goal is accident prevention. We're not here to fine anybody or take a license or do any kind of preventive action. The board's position or charter, if you will, is accident prevention.
While the NTSB conducts its investigation, Starflight's program director says he'll hold his own inquiry.
I think everything is on the table. Everything will be reviewed.
He says the crews must have confidence before Starflight returns to the air. Kevin Schwaller, KXAN investigates.
That Starflight helicopter has a video system. The NTSB plans to send that first to a lab in Washington, D.C. And remember, you can find continuing coverage online right now at KXAN.com. There you'll also hear from McLain's colleagues and more on the investigation timeline. First responders from across Texas will honor Kristin McLain on Friday in Austin. The memorial service scheduled for 11:30 in the morning. We will broadcast that program live in a special extended edition of KXAN News at noon. We will also stream it online for you live at KXAN.com.